This podcast was made in collaboration with the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism Story Project. In the Philippines, the basic unit of governance is the barangay. Every city is composed of several barangays, and every barangay is made up of smaller communities and neighborhoods. In light of President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs, the barangay has also become the smallest cog in the drug war's machinery. Community leaders, or barangay officials, now have the power to decide the shape of the war on drugs. Episode 4: Adaptation. In the afternoon of the Tondo Fiesta, Kagawad Angela is not in the barangay hall. She is at home, cooking her family's feast day meal. The menudo is still on the stove and she is behind schedule. Angela's home is a 5-minute walk from the barangay hall. This is convenient for a solo parent like her because she can leave the office for a few minutes during the day to check on her children. Angela is a reluctant leader. Prior to being a kagawad, she was a housewife. It was her husband who was in public service for 27 years as a barangay kagawad and chairman until he was gunned down last October, one of the thousands killed in the war on drugs. He was shot by unknown killers. It's still under investigation. I would rather not talk about it. Angela said, as kagawad, Angela is aware of the drug problem. She believes this is symptomatic of larger problems rooted within families, including financial difficulties. Her barangay is one of the biggest and poorest areas in Tondo. We have a population of 22,000 people. Most are poor, she said. They live by the day as pedicab drivers, vendors in Divisoria, or porters in MICT. Because this is the environment, sometimes the children want to try sniffing solvent, which can become a habit until they grow up. Since her husband, the barangay chairman, was murdered, her barangay has yet to comply with certain requirements set by the national government, including the submission of an anti-drug plan. Angela was evasive when asked about the barangay drug watch list. She said the list is assigned to another kagawad and she does not know where it is. She is sure, however, that the drug war has claimed more people in her area besides her husband. There isn't much we can do, Angela admitted.
The barangay's roles in the drug war. In 2017, the DILG issued a circular that instructs barangay officials to do the following to support the drug war. Activate a network of informants. Residents are invited to provide anonymous information about drug suspects through a Masa Masid text hotline, phone hotline, physical drop box, or an email address where they can report names and addresses without fear of reprisal. Process informant data. Barangay officials assess and evaluate the reports they receive from informants before transmitting them to the police, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or the DILG.
Prepare a list of drug suspects in cooperation with the police. The level of detail of the drug watch list ranges from barangay to barangay, but it includes names, aliases, addresses, including whether or not specific residences are suspected drug dens, dates of identification, and the names of the person's family members, associates, and live-in partners. Each name can fall under any of the 4 categories: pusher, user, drug den maintainer, or financier. Some drug lists include photographs. Urge drug suspects to surrender, usually in mass ceremonies at the barangay hall.
Implement various drug awareness and abuse prevention programs in public and private schools. Coordinate with police officers when anti-drug operations are conducted, whether or not the suspects are on the watch list. In many cases, quote-unquote, coordination has been equated with the barangay officials shutting off CCTV cameras during the operation.
Implement community-based rehabilitation programs which can include trainings, seminars, capability building, and counseling sessions of various durations, approaches, and theories of change. The objective of these activities is described as, quote, for the upliftment of the spiritual values of drug surrenderers, end quote. Submit monthly reports to the DILG on the progress of the anti-drug campaign. In lieu of the anti-drug plan, Angela works instead on her own Barangay Kamustahan program, which targets the teenagers of the community. At the heart of her efforts is prevention, both of drug use and death because of the drug war. While she may be powerless to help the adults on the drug watch list, who may already be targeted by masked killers, Angela engages teenagers and children in counseling sessions. We have to go to the root of the problem. With drugs or petty crime, find out why people do it. That's the only way we will know how to help them, she said. We have to fix the family first, then the barangay, then the community. That's the only way we can fight drugs. But Angela takes punitive measures as well. If I catch a teenager stealing, I lock them up in our jail for 3 hours so they know what kind of life they will have if they continue to commit crimes. She pointed to a small makeshift jail cell underneath the stairs of the barangay hall. If I catch the kids high on solvent, I make them squat 100 times so they will sweat the high out. After the interview, Kagawad Angela walked back to her house so she can finish her cooking and celebrate Tondo's feast day with her children. And on the way home, she pointed to the exact spot where her husband was shot just 3 months before.